Welcome to another hop, call signs Black Knight. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm just going to do a coffee hop and a bomber and a Wellington. Still trying to get, got to get my headset on. Still trying to get some people to join me for the Sunday and Saturday morning coffee hop. Again, going to hit the Minister 2, I believe that airfield, and hit their columns. Let's see their anti-aircraft emplacements. Time left. I've got about an hour left in this mission for this hop. Hopefully I'll be able to get it done within the hour. Alright, so right now I'm just opening up my radiators, clicking on my magnetos with my touchscreen overlay. Works pretty efficiently. And let's see, let's do a quick startup here. Let's get everything set. Controls. I'm running a set of flight controls. Tab 4 or 5. Get that other side going. Okay, so I selected all engines now. Again, if you've never been watching or you haven't been watching my bomber hops, I like to always pre-prep the Bombardier's site. I've had some really good setups and just blown it by like not opening my bomb bay doors, just simple missed. Okay, I need to add an info window, new. Need to customize it, need to add vehicle secondary controls. Click save. I'm gonna select it and bump it down just a little bit. Keep it out of the names. I'm gonna make sure that I get on the right comms. Let's see, for Allied Broadcasting, so I've got my name up on the screen. So there we go. So now we're just watching the info window, and that should give us, you could read the stick, but I think it's off by 100. Just visually off by 100. So that to me would read 11,000, and it's 10.8. They're saying that's 11,000, looks like 11,000, but it's not. You got to go one notch above it. All right, so that's set. I'm going to set my velocity to 200, 120. Decrease 1. All right. Now that that's set, make sure you keep track of your altitude and your airspeed once you're in your final position to drop. Again, make sure that you cover get your bomb bay doors open. So, Black Knight's ready here to take off from City Barani. Oh, no, we took out the wolf pack. All right, well, short-lived hop. We'll wait till the map flips, and then I'll catch you guys on the other side. Hopefully everything works with the stream and transitions. Again, this is my Sunday morning coffee hop. This is Black Knight. Just making sure. Get my coffee in. Those of you who are joining, I do believe I put up my Discord channel. If you'd like to join the live broadcast on Discord, you're more than welcome to join. Truly engaging in this online community. All of this fun stuff, so I'm always interested in your chat messages and interested in communicating with other like-minded people that are interested in combat flight simulation. I have DCS. I've flown a little bit this morning for about an hour. The damage model is still terrible because I don't know if it's my graphics card or what, or my settings, but when I shoot a 109 and let's say a piece flies off, that area disappears. So the sad thing is when I'm still trying to track that plane, he almost could become invisible or just a real thin pencil. Hard to track visually. I don't understand the issues with DCS and their damage model. Not sure what's going on there. Truly needs some work. Truly needs some work. But anyways, thank you for joining me. If you're joining me on my live stream, this is Black Knight. I'm just taking a bomber hop, waiting for the server to restart, and then we'll get this hop underway. So figuring about a 6:30 launch time, just kind of sitting in the cockpit. So my live chat's working, everything is working. Still looking for donations. I've got a donation to my PayPal button. So if you're interested in more content, you can always donate to me through PayPal. Or I really don't have an amazing amount of subscribers, but I'm just going to let this run out with the mission. So once we're done there, just cut off my engines. Just turn off the fuel. Again, I've been doing flight sims for about I don't know, 15 or so more years. I've got a lot of guys that are on my Discord channel, from Toto Free to you name it. All right, we're getting the message to reconnect. So basically I need to exit and get to the main serverless window and just wait for the Team Fusion 3 server to restart. Hopefully it's a map that I can do some bombing on. Doesn't really... I could go to the ATAG server and run a bomber mission there. Oh, good. It's a Tobruk map again. Let's hope it's not the Buck one, but I can bomb City Aziz airfield. But I'd rather bomb Minister and really get that I guess you could say locked in. I've had some good runs on it. I've had some... Oh, good. Same map. I had some good runs on it and others, but hopefully... Oops, that's a boat fighter. We need to get our Wellington up. So as I use my touchscreen, everything pretty much works. The double tap on the touchscreen can be touchy. I'm taking 9GP 20. Okay, so here we go. Create the welly. Now I'm just going to make sure that I'm back in the cockpit. Good, I'm in. Everything looks good. Check my analytics. I've got one playback. All right. So really would like for you guys to use the live chat. Trying to get more people engaged in the live chat. So this is Black Knight. I'm going to get my engine started here. Again, you've got 4 magnetos. You got to make sure that your radiators are open. These, guess you could be the old school window cranks. And then we've got fuel. Oh, 1. Then you got to kind of look away and then come back and reset to get 2. All right, so let's go through the startup again. So you need keybind, left engine startup, right engine startup. Get both of those kicking. And then select all engines. Remember, we go back to our bombardier seat. Oops, too fast. Do a little bit of pre-prep. Again, we're going to try to make 11,000 feet. Oop. 11.7, 11.2, 11.1. Oop. 11.2, 11.1, 11. And then we're going to set pre-prep this to 200. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to quickly share my live stream on Facebook. To my Warbirds community. Alright, so had one viewer disappeared on me. I'm going to keep my analytics up so I can come back and keep checking the live chat. Alright, so let's get to the cockpit. Let's get this big bird off the air. Let's check for the boards. Looks like the boards are running to my left, so I'm going to taxi out here to the... Oop, make sure all engines are selected. Let's put the brakes on and get... sure everything is a go. Alright, there are my boards. So I'm going to come over here to the yellow boards. Get this bad bird in the air. Stats. So I'm the only one in the game right now in Team Fusion 3 server. I'm going to try to get up in the air here in just a second. Again, if you're joining me on my live stream, call sign's Black Knight. Been flying for over 15, even closer to 20 years. I've been engaged in flight sims. Excuse me. I should be wearing my face diaper. I won't say any more on that topic. Anyway. Good luck to everybody in the world, this wild and wacky world we live in, where we all shut down because of a virus. Anyways, you can all have your personal opinions on the virus. I have mine. But anyways, all right, let's get this tub in the air. Ooh, about 100. That looks good. All right, we're up. Alright, with my touchscreen, all I got to do is touch the gear lever. Just a one touch, one click. Don't have to try and slide it. It's kind of what I'm looking for in the controls, but some of the controls are different. Alright, I didn't put any flaps on, but I'm going to put some flaps on now. And we'll let her dive just a little bit, get her below 2400 RPMs. and then just let the natural airfoil and flaps degrees that I've got start to pick that nose up. Trying to get a little bit more speed in this climb. Alright, I'm going to turn my vector here over this farmland right on the coast of the Mediterranean. Must have a desalinization plant here in City Barani. Don't see any natural water sources. That must be the oil and desalinization plant right there. 1941. All right. Just flying along. Just gonna check my climb rate and try and maintain at least 1,000 feet per minute on this climb. Works out perfect to be at about 11,000 to 12,000 feet on this flight. Alright. Feel comfortable with some of my presets. Get my directional gyro closer to 0. When you go to set mode 22, you want your directional gyro set on 0. And once you go into mode 22, I've noticed that if you trim out with the flaps at about 2 degrees or whatever, it could be 20% or 2 degrees or whatever the reading is giving me, I believe it's 20%. In my opinion, it takes a real sharp nosedive if you don't have flaps. If you've got flaps and you begin to trim her out before you get to target, it has a little bit less of a nosedive. I've tried it without drop before leveling off. That, and if you're level, it should engage with a relatively decreased altitude drop. Now if you're decreasing to get speed, not sure, but it just seems rather steep for the Wellington. In the Blenny, I have the ability to kind of get it level with trim. Then when I go to level stabilizer for mode 22, it just locks it in place with the Blenheim. Right, I mean, I might get a little drop out of it, but almost zero drop if I'm leveled off. Alright, again, goal is to maintain that 1,000 feet, 1,000 foot per minute climb. Roughly at 3. We got 7,000 feet to climb, roughly. Map. Let's show you my targets, where I'm headed. I'll place some tools, some flags. This is waypoint 1. I can put a 1 there. We're flying directly to Minister. Oop, a little off course there. To waypoint 2. Those are AAA guns that I want to bomb. And then up here on this north ridge, I get turned right here. And that would be waypoint 3. and that is also AAA. So you can pretty much lay out your own target reference points. Get turned here. Check my altitude. 4.3. It's not too bad. I know I was getting a little cockeyed there. So basically, we are headed to these two flak battery stations at 1710 and 1711. I know that there's plenty of time on the map. I'm the only one on the server. Would really love to get an early morning coffee hop, maybe some other Sunday. Maybe I should announce it. But I don't want to advertise it to the blue pilots unless we've got some serious escort. Would be nice. Again, this is Black Knight. I'm flying on the IL-2 Cliffs of Dover Blitz Tobruk series game. Key pieces of equipment that you'll definitely need to purchase. One, decent gaming computer with a decent graphics card. I would say 1070 or higher is the best route to go. 2080 is all you need. Heck, even at 1080 would run this game perfect. You need track IR, allows you the free movement of your head in game. Another key component, flight stick and throttle quadrant. I do recommend getting a good set of rudder pedals. In my opinion, it allows you to really engage in flying. If you notice my rudder pedals moving back and forth, allows you to engage the aircraft like a regular pilot would. However, if you are a person that is challenged or are dealing with any injuries or back injuries or lack of use of legs from the waist down, this game is still very viable for you. You can get a throttle quadrant that has a twist rudder, to where the joystick twists left and right. It's what I started out with in the beginning before investing in my first pair of rudder pedals was the Pro rudder pedals from CH Products. Plug, great set of beginner rudder pedals for the price. Good construction, lasted me a long time. The other set of rudder pedals I just bought from Czechoslovakia, a little bit more expensive. Well made. Probably the last pair of rudder pedals I'll ever buy in my life, I believe. I'm not gonna don't need to buy anything else. Still working on a Spitfire throttle quadrant, as well as a Spitfire flight stick and yoke. I'm still building that myself. That's pretty much roughly it. I can see my crossing point. I'm at 7,000 feet. So I'm going to just keep climbing. Roughly doing about 120, trying to maintain my 1,000 feet per minute. Not 30. I need to bring my RPMs down. I'm going to get leveled off here for a second. Cool off the stress of the engines. Get those temps coming. 240 to 245 is like major pop zone in the cylinder temps of the engines on the Wellington. I've had her as high as 245, and that's when she popped. The last time I did a coffee hop, I wasn't paying attention. But again, I'm at 8,000 feet. I'm going to put my mic up and grab my coffee. Would love to get a few more bomber pilots on again. For this Sunday morning coffee hop, I'm going to start advertising it in Warbirds of Prey. For those of you that are interested, like to get at least 10 bomber pilots in the air. 10 or more would be great, man. We could really just level this airfield. We could even be strategic to where they could. I hope that the map builders at Team Fusion get the crater script. I don't know if it's working, but it would be really cool to carpet bomb this first airfield, so that there's nowhere to take off. I think that would be excellent. That would remove Minister out of the battle in one swift go. Let me check altitude here at 9,000. Looking really good on this target this time. Just going to make sure that I open my bomb bay doors. Saturday morning coffee hop I had yesterday morning. Had target lined up, went to release. Bombs did not release because bomb bay doors were not open. Had to fly past the target, turn back, take a secondary target, which was a couple of planes and hangars. Then completed a nice second run on the airfield. So let's see what we got. We're crossing over 10,000 feet. We're in pretty good shape. Let's start bringing the nose down just a little bit. Start countering with some trim. Finish this last section of climb out. Remember, goal is 11,000 feet with no drop. Check temps 225, 228. Those are looking good. I'm happy with that. They're under 230. Final push, we're at 10.4, 10.5. Again, if you're joining me on my YouTube channel, if you like the content and you're interested in flight sims or you need to get a hold of me, you can always reach out to me via Discord. I put my Discord channel up. You can also reach out to me via email, warbirdsofprey@gmail.com. That's warbirdsofprey@gmail.com. Do have an old Warbirds website, working on that blog just a little bit better. Do some reviews. Start typing some reviews. The other thing that I'm working on, I do have a Facebook page. You can join the Facebook page. It's Warbirds of Prey. Just look it up. It is a private group. Once I get your message that you want to join, I'll add you to the Facebook page. Normally I just post information on different hops that are taking place that you can engage on in Cliffs of Dover Blitz, whether it be Team Fusion 3 or the TWC campaign server. Hopefully I was going to fly some of that today and see how far along Fatal is with closing the door on that and getting ready to kick that server off. Alright, what do we got here? 11-1. Alright, we're right on 0, so I'm going to mode 22 this thing right into place. Now we're at 0.2. If you notice the elevation drop, really not liking that we've got to drop 1,000 feet. Alright, it is what it is. I don't think I'm going to fix it unless maybe I counter with some flaps. Looking good for this run. I'd like to come over this, right over that point and then swing it in, but I'm more concerned with alright, I feel comfortable with that. Alright, let's get back to the Bombardier seat. Let's check altitude. What are they giving us? So far 10.7. Okay, and speed. Looks like they're giving us 160, 180, and even 170. 50, 60, 70. Alright, so we got an even 170. So I'm going to keep checking this as I get closer. Get my fingers on my directional gyro here. I'm liking where I'm set up. Not too bad. Map. Just so bomb run. Ooh. Not gonna do that again. I'm gonna open my bomb bay doors. Now let's get back to the bomber seat. Not doing that again. I want a clean drop on this target. Alright, so checking final checks. 10.9. So we're at 10.9. Still roughly 160, 170. So let's go 10.9. I'm going to keep it at 170 and then start swinging back into place. Get my mouse out of the way. Now that dirt road that runs from Bardia runs into more of a solid road. And once you're over that solid road, it should direct you right to target. So happy with 170, happy with 10.8. I'm going to go 10.9. Looks like it just crossed over. Oh yeah, this should be a good lineup and a good drop. Only thing that can screw it up is myself. Still at 10.9, still at 170. Now my road has come into view. I'm going to try to get my plane swinging just about right over it as she comes around. Come 1 more degree. All right, I'm going to go right to the bomber seat. Okay, or the lean into gun sight. So I'm going to try and keep my bomb sight almost to the left of that road. Alright, so hit the plus sign, check. 170 by 10.9 looks good. I'm going to come right just a little bit. Alright, there's my road. Get my final move to target. Alright, that looks good. Come back just a shade. Alright, I'm going to settle right there. Bombs away. Alright, now I'm going to move back to the pilot's chair and I'm going to basically take off flaps. Take a nice gentle turn here. Hopefully I didn't go too early. Oh, way to the right. Oh, that was terrible. It's all right. We'll go at him again. Didn't quite get that one. We'll get into a dive here for AM seat 1. And now just wondering why we swung them so far to the right. The only thing I can say is compensation. Maybe there's some wind down there. Could jump to a medium altitude bomb. I could try a 48. I think no. It's a number 44 is the medium altitude. I'll go with that one next and see if I can get them to work. The bombs, hopefully Team Fusion is really looking into the bomb loadout section for some reason. Sometimes if you don't readjust it or just switch it and then readjust your time, it has a tendency to not work, especially in your delay seconds. Be careful. You figure it should be something that should be set once it's set in your user ini, you shouldn't have to mess with it. That's something that I think once the user ini is created, I think in some aspects what I'm going to do is going to make it read only. You can always do that. Then once you create your user ini, for those of you that are new to Cliffs of Dover, in your Steam account under library, if you right click on your game, go down to properties, I believe it's under update or might be under integrity. You're looking for the section that has a tick box next to it that says synchronize whatever, cloud synchronization. Make sure that box is unchecked. Before you go doing all your controls and all your stuff, make sure that box is unchecked. Unless Team Fusion got the cloud synchronization thing functioning, but Ever since I've had the game, it's never worked. So you won't create a user file. And if you don't know what a user ini is, in your 1C Soft Club folder in your My Documents, if you go in there, go to il-2 Stormovic Blitz. In that folder, going down the list, you'll see a file that just says user, USER. If it's not in there, your cloud synchronization box is checked. But I hate to tell you that, if you do uncheck it, it could have the possibility of deleting your control files. So your controls, once you uncheck that box, you may have to go back and redo your controls. Setting up on a long final here, just killing my speed, floating this plane down. Like I said in previous videos, the Wellington is relatively an easy plane to learn how to fly. If you do the bomber walkthrough setup that I did, easy to drop bombs from medium altitude. It takes just too long to get it up any higher than that. I could fly all the way to Tobruk, but that's one hell of a long hop. I like this short little morning Sunday coffee hop. Average time roughly is about 30 to 40 minute flight time, or less, about 30 minutes. So it's always nice to just sit Sunday morning, relax. Sometimes with the guys that get on comms, again, my Discord channel is posted. You can always just chat, have a good time, relax. Other than that, we'll get this bird on the ground. Too easy. Fuel station for the Team Fusion 3 server. If you want to get rearmed, refueled, that's where you got to go and park, which is unique. It's a designated area that you just can't just land on the airfield anywhere and rearm and refuel. However, in some aspects, it would be nice to get the trucks to come out to you, rearm, refuel, and then disappear. But let me get this big lady off the runway so I'm not blocking anything. All right, let's cut those. Let's cut the fuel. Alright, so let's grab a new bird. So we're going back to City Barani. From Station 1, we'll hit Create. We'll go through the walkthrough again. I'm going to get some coffee. Wiggle around. Let's get Supercharger. Fuel cock 1. Look away. Fuel cock 2. That's popped. Set my controls to where these engines will start. So you've got a left engine in your controls, a right engine in your controls, and then select all engines. Get those engines humming. Everything's done in the cockpit. Let's move now to the Bombardier seat. Again, we're presetting this to 11,000 feet. Oh! We wanted to change bombs. Let me grab a new aircraft. So let's go back to the Wellington. Let's grab the loadout. Let's go to bomb fuses. Oh, those were medium altitude. I'm not sure. Alright, we'll stick with the same plane. We'll go back to fly. Everything's working. Those are medium, general purpose medium altitude bombs off target. Let's give it another run. That's 9,800. You notice we were really close to 11,000 with that 10,900. That's the one thing about this bomb site, is that level of accuracy. See, my question is that we don't have adjust right, adjust left. I guess I'm gonna have to look at side slip speed and see where we're at. Maybe that adjustment could have helped. Alright, that's pretty much it for the setup. Looking for my boards, which I believe right off to my right. Let's get this alright, let's taxi, take her right out onto the runway and get this girl in the air. Alright. Don't worry about the boards unless the board strip is placed, which is possible, so be careful. In some servers, if that board strip is placed, you can damage your aircraft. Alright, in the air, again, use my finger, pop the undercarriage, touch my screen. It's going to run her hot for a couple of minutes. Full throttle, we can come down just a little bit in the RPMs. Alright, same route. I'm not sure why. Maybe there is a slide right over that pin on point. But we'll try to set up a little sooner. Maybe not swing in so much. Maybe it was moving at that point of release. Alright, again, pushing for 1,000 feet per minute. Ken, call signs Black Knight. Welcome to my YouTube channel and anybody that might be following me live. Live chat is available. So if you are watching and you are engaged, you can always send me a message in live chat. I'll basically go over there and check it. I'll jump off the screen and check the live chat. Hopefully people start to use the live chat. Good to get some communication back and forth. Saw some people post on my page. I don't know what that was all about, but some spam got onto my page. I think I deleted the post. Hopefully it wasn't anything else got on my page, but again, I like to do a Sunday morning coffee hop. We're into our first run, which was 30 minutes. Coming into my second run. Got my coffee. Got to make a trip this morning. Electors are alright, checking temps 215. And drop that down again. RPMs. Alright, let's push this climb a little harder. Remember, if you're going on a bomb run, you definitely need a info window for your bombardier information. Not necessarily for anything else. You could use the stick. However, because you can't see what the speed is increasing to, I don't know how he did that. As a bombardier, I'm not sure. When I get back into that seat, we'll look around to see if there was a dial that was turning over to list the speed that he was reading. But again, you definitely need a vehicle secondary controls, stats, map. Again, we're going after the flak station located along the road at 1710, my point. There is another flak station along that ridge line to the north. Normally I try to hit those two flak stations and bomb them out. Check temps here, 218, 220. All right, we're at 4,000. We need to get this thing. We need to get trimmed up. Get her at about 120. I believe it was slightly long and right to the right of my target that I was lining up. Not sure why that was. I could have swore I had a great run on it. But we'll give it another go. Wish there was I'm going to figure out the way to set the distribution spread. I don't want it in a straight line. I want it to one left, one right, one left, one right. If you want to spend some time reading about all the intricacies of the Wellington, you can. I might check it out later today. Figure out how to do that, more of a staggered bomb spread. Crossing over 6. Let's see, we're about at the same. We're about at the same. Well, good luck to my buddies over there that are in France with the attacks that are happening. My heart goes out to you guys. In those countries, you can't own anything to protect yourself. They're coming to America. Good song, Neil Diamond. They're coming to America today. Anyways, again, this is Black Knight. Just on a Sunday morning coffee hop, putting in my 2 bomber flights. Just staying up on, the skill set. If you're not flying different aircraft in the game, especially in the RAF contingent of bombers and fighters, I think switching from RAF to Italian and even 109s and going back and forth, that's just a whole nother level skill set. Hats off to Karaya and other pilots that bounce back and forth. There are squads that are pretty much predominantly 109 pilots. There are squads that are predominantly Allied pilots. So right now we've got a RAF contingent in North Africa. Still waiting on. We do have a Martlet in the game, which is a Wildcat. Haven't flown it yet. Curious to see what that thing flies like. And we're just crossing over 8. About the same. We're pretty much on the same pattern. No different. Let's see if we can knock this out. Little yawn there. I don't know. This time saver deal really messes up with your clock and your internal clock. I normally get up at about 5 on Sunday morning and Saturday morning, get everything prepped for my coffee hop, get my coffee going, relax. And now some would say, well, why don't you just go back to bed? When you get older, your mind starts thinking about different things and your mind gets active. Once your mind is active, you're definitely not falling asleep again. It's the craziest thing. Crossing over 9, got a couple of 1,000 feet to go. About 5 minutes. My YouTube live stream, hey, use the chat. Let me know what you think. Really helps what you might be interested in. I know some of you have watched yesterday when I was in my Hurricane. Got PK'd a couple of times. Man, that sucked. If you get involved in this and you start flying like a Team Fusion, and you can't come in here like in a Danger Dog server thinking that these guys that are flying with you that they're terrible pilots. Even in Danger Dog, some of the guys get in there just to have a good time. And yeah, you can see the icons on the map and you can see where people are at. It makes it a lot easier to stop somebody from bouncing you. But then again, you still get shot down, especially if it's a good pilot. But for the 109 pilots and Danger Dogs looking to get a really good bounce, I think that Danger Dog should figure out some way to reverse the radar. Once you get in within 5 miles, then you should see no blue icons on the map. You should be able to then spot targets. which would give, again, the advantage back to the 109 pilots, which is fine. That's the advantage that they had, was to boom and zoom and bounce people from altitude. I mean, I've been bounced plenty of times from Meyer, Mindel, Groove, what is it, Hackle or whatever is the call sign with the guys from JG52. I mean, I've been bounced by even Koraya a couple of times, or a Yellow from JG, what is that, the JG4, I believe. Some really good 109 pilots. I mean, they've been doing it for years. I mean, this game's heritage goes back 1946 to Forgotten Battles, to I was flying tried to keep the CFS3 community going, but that was kind of a dog with a lot of fleas. A lot of great guys tried to rescue that game. They tried to rescue it with what CFS3 Mediterranean Air War. Heck, that website's still up. You look up Mediterranean Air War. I think a lot of those guys shifted over to the team Tobruk with Team Fusion. I think Matthias Pomeranian did some unbelievable modeling for the Beaufighter. He also modeled the 3D model I did for my Hurricane for CFS3 and FSX. Great work, young man. You and Jake that put that up for sale. I hope that you made some decent money off that for the FSX community to fly a Hawker Hurricane in FSX. All right, guys, I'm gonna hit my level off. We're just about at 0. I'm gonna drop some flaps because I'm not going all the way down. I'm going to drop it to 22. We are really, oh wow, we are really hot. Alright, I'm going to get comfortable in the Bombardier seat. And I'm going to come hard right. Pressing the ball and keep my plane level. 7.7 speed. 150 is how close it is to 11.8 though. My dial should be all the way over here. I need to know, you guys at Team Fusion, can you check this altimeter dial? Neil or whoever might be logging on to my stream. We might be pretty good. Alright, I'm going to go to final check. Let's see, what do we got? 11.8, 150, closer to 160. I'm going to... Alright, we are way off. I wonder if ball in the middle. Uber. Let's just fly straight. We'll turn around. You know what? Target. which is the other airfield. Right down Ridgeline Base. There it is. Alright, we'll hit a secondary target, which is the other base. And I'll drop hopefully right on the hangars just to work on accuracy. Alright, so basically if I bring up the map, I'm going to Ridgeline Base, and right along this airstrip is a series of hangars. And I really can't see speed is 1. Let's do the hangars. I could try. There's some big ones right there. That's the ones I want. Alright, I'm going to get comfortable. Not to say that that's my primary target, but again, back to the cockpit, release mode 22. Rock her up. I'm going to take off my flaps. Let's see if I hit anything with that drop. A little long. Alright, we'll fly to aim seat 1 and land, which is just first one okay, second one not too bad. Had to go to my secondary target. Let's just fly home. Then I'll take a break from the bomber hop, change my settings, and get into a fighter. Hopefully there are people on and flying this morning. I'm going to have to take a break here to get something to eat, some toast before I log back on, something in my stomach. So I'm flying to AM seat 1. I'm going to set up over flat top, which is that little mountain right there. Looks like somebody stuck their thumb and pushed it down. Reminds me of Flat Top Mountain here in North Carolina, just not as tall. Like learning what the Wellington can do and the bomber load and everything else. Hit that like button, subscribe, send me an email. You can always use the chat. I will be on a little bit later this afternoon. Easy plane to fly. Once you get your end, you know, not necessarily building an exact replica of the Wellington throttle quadrant, but I do recommend one. I've got a bad potentiometer I've got to fix, but I'm not going to fix it until I make my final arm, and that's going to be over Christmas. So it's like, well, I've got to go to that place in town and spend my hour, 2 hours there and get that taken care of, and then come back home. That's pretty much it. Yeah, and then that's all. No. Figure out what we're gonna do. I'm probably gonna go in the next 30 minutes to 40 minutes. I've got to get crazy and cook anything. They can just have a bowl of cereal.
Okay.
Otherwise, you're gonna nose down. You're gonna bend your props, and you're gonna be. Oh, I keep getting 1 and 2. There we go. Now I got 1. No. That's weird. Yet on my Discord channel, as well as you can reach me through email at warbirdsofprey@gmail.com. That's warbirdsofprey@gmail.com. There's a donation button. If you like the content that I'm providing, you can always donate through PayPal. Other than that, this